So Damiris Dantas, obviously, is out for the year. I think everybody knows with Damiris Dantas that she was awful this year. She should not be a member of the Fever right now, based on merit. Apparently, she's good for vibes, which, I mean, it kind of matters. But the Indiana Fever are in a weird spot. So, look, we now know. We all thought they were going to make a trade, and this was why. We now know why they signed their dev contract big. I don't love the signing still. I really don't. Like, she can kind of block shots, but I really don't. Where is it? Where is the new signing? Post. He signed right after the Portland game. Whatever the new signing is, there we go, sorry. Michelle Onyiah. They signed her clearly to come in for Dantas as a dev player. They basically had to go and bring in a big because they wanted somebody in for Dantas, and this is who they brought in. So my guess is that she is going to go and play a few minutes over the next few games. I think they're probably going to call her up. And they were... they basically... She's got a 3-game, maybe, trial. And they might call her up. But my guess is that the Indiana Fever, if they're smart about it, they do not use the injured player exception yet. The Damiris Dantas injured player exception. They don't use it yet. I think they use it. I don't think they should use it yet. I think what the Indiana Fever should be looking at doing is waiting after the World Cup. After the World Cup. Because after the World Cup, there's about 5 players that are really interesting. And who knows? There's definitely going to be a big from some country not in the league. And you are one of the few teams with money. You're one of the few teams with money. Oh, bring a free agent in. You can see who does well. You can bring in your big. And if that doesn't work out, you can just call up Michelle. You can... it's pronounced like the Irish singer Onyiah. Onyiah. But yeah, it is I think it is and also the Irish singer is Enya, not Anya. I had to double check that. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. At the same time, with Dantas going, they kind of have to replace her. And this is obviously their fallback. She is the fallback. I think they're going to see how she is in practice. They use another dev slot. They've got it. They can do what they want here. They can do what they want, and it's a good position to be in. I don't feel like the Indiana Fever have done a good job. I think they've done a good job of flexibility, and that's about it. The problem is, part of the flexibility is they have the flexibility to move off Caitlin or Kelsey Mitchell at the end of the year. That's a bit of weird flexibility, but it's going to be tough to keep both. But they have flexibility when it comes to these bigs. They can go and they can absolutely go and keep her or get rid of her for a big. But Dantas getting injured, this one makes sense. This is why they signed her. They signed her so that she can play as a dev player to be an extra big for the next 10 games or so. Because how many games do they have till the World Cup? So the World Cup is the start of September. I will be going to the World Cup. I have tickets for quite a few of the games. I don't know if I'll be live. I'll be live for most of the games. I won't be live for all the Fever games. Obviously, it's one of my best friend's weddings, so I'm doing that. I'm going to his wedding, then I'm going straight to Germany from there. It's actually cheaper to get to Germany than it is to get home. It's actually cheaper to fly home through Germany. It's just fly home, so it's grand. But post Olympic break, they have. So the Olympic break is after Saturday, August 29th. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They have only 4 games left in the year after the Olympic break, and then the playoffs. So they have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have 10 more games other than that. So you can play Michelle for these 10 games. Have her in the team for 10 games. And by the way, there's 14 games left in the season. If you have a roster spot, you have the disabled player, the injured player exception. If she is not on the roster for every single game, or Bree Hall is not on the roster, the Indiana Fever are heartless. The only thing the Fever are doing are costing them money. Like, it's as simple as that. The only thing in that scenario that the Indiana Fever are doing is costing their dev player money. They're not doing anything else. They're not doing anything anything positive. They're just costing a dev player some coins. But yeah, look, I do feel in general like this is an interesting topic. It's something with the Indiana Fever where they do need to shore up that big. They just do. Like, whatever you want to say, I think they have to shore up that position, because I feel like that's the difference between them being a contender and them being a title favorite. And I don't think you're going to overtake the Minnesota Lynx. I think they got no. I don't think they've got any like weaknesses as the Lynx, and the Fever have so many weaknesses. And at least like Michelle's a good defensive big, or was a good defensive big in Upshot and a good defensive big in college. Struggled a lot in Europe, but it is what it is. It'll be an interesting one to see how she gets on. Do I think it'll be well? Probably not. Like, I don't know. I really don't know if she's gonna ever do anything, but like, at least it's something for the Fever. It's a new player in that can hopefully give us something. Anything if we're being honest. That's kind of all you can hope for as Indiana Fever fan, is to just get anything out of some players. But yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That is this, and this is why they got rid of Dantas. This is why they signed her. They signed her because they knew Dantas was done for the year. A bit of a weird one why they knew Dantas was injured for weeks and, didn't just keep saw it, but it is what it is.